pain. Every inch of my body ached. I stared blankly at the constant movement of people in the hospital room, taking several moments to process that I hadn't died. Against all odds, I'd survived the catastrophe. The ward overflowed with survivors from the Halloween parade disaster. With insufficient beds, many lay on stretchers or slumped in chairs while agonized moans filled the air, hauntingly similar to the desperate cries of those crushed beneath the panicked crowd hours earlier. Trembling, I pulled the thin hospital blanket over my head. "Excuse me. Could you give up your bed? She's pregnant and needs immediate care." The man's voice froze me mid-motion. Throwing off the blanket, I saw John carefully supporting Snow, whose rosy cheeks glowed with health. His expression shifted upon recognizing me. "Ivy? What are you doing here? Are you okay?" He failed to notice my purple bruises or how his grip on my injured arm made me gasp. When I winced, he finally released me. "Sorry. I didn't realize you were this hurt." I nearly laughed at the absurdity. He dared ask why I looked like roadkill while Snow remained pristine? Because when the stampede hit, she'd shoved me. Because the moment I stumbled, John had ripped his hand from mine to catch his precious Snow instead. I'd been swallowed by the human avalanche, crushed beneath writhing bodies until darkness came. That boy vomiting blood on me. The girl sobbing until her voice faded. My own suffocating calm while waiting to die. These memories chilled me to the bone. Yet here stood Snow, untouched in her designer sweater, while John played knight in shining armor. "Ivy," he pleaded. "Snow's pregnant." With the crowd and everything, I had to protect her first. My eyes dropped to Snow's flat stomach. "Pregnant?" John lowered his voice. "Her fiancé'd last month. She's alone. Don't make assumptions. So that's why you suddenly wanted to attend this parade?" My throat tightened. He'd refused my past invitations, claiming to hate crowds. Yet this year, he'd insisted even when I felt unwell. How convenient. Before John could respond, Snow clutched her abdomen dramatically. "John, I feel faint." He glared at reluctant bystanders refusing to surrender their seats before turning to me. "Feeling better? Maybe you could sit up for a bit." I stared incredulously. "Walk?" I could barely breathe. Snow tugged John's sleeve with practiced meekness. "Don't upset her. I'll manage." After failed negotiations, John secured a bed through mysterious means. As they left, I pressed a hand to my own stomach, the secret I'd planned to reveal tonight. My phone buzzed with test results confirming what my body already knew. Outside, Halloween decorations grinned mockingly. Let them play house. I'd be long gone before Snow's phantom pregnancy miscarried. John could chase his ghost while I rebuilt from ashes, this time, wearing armor no man could pierce. "Ivy, I need to take her to an outside hospital for checkup. I'll be back soon. Call me if anything happens." Before leaving, John gently held my hand with that familiar placating tone. Again. He always does this. Every time he leaves me alone, expecting me to wait like some obedient pet. But why? Why does he abandon me on my birthday just because Snow posts some sickly social media story? When the rain poured and he ignored my calls, I returned drenched only to find he'd gone to pick up Snow. Am I not his girlfriend? Why must I watch helplessly as he plays devoted partner to another woman under the guise of friendship? "Can't you stay?" My voice broke. I refuse to be that docile girl waiting forever anymore. Taylor family's doctors are overwhelmed. She's pregnant. Ivy. With everything happening outside, his jaw tightened. So she can't be alone. But I must always face solitude? I yanked up my sleeve, revealing angry burns. Can't you see how badly I'm hurt? Should I die alone too? Don't say such things. His composure cracked momentarily. My vision blurred with tears. I nearly died last time. You won't. Never again. John squeezed my hand. Be good. I'll return quickly. His quick return stretched past midnight. I woke retching from high fever. Throat raw from silent screams. Trembling fingers groped for the emergency button as darkness encroached. Each breath rasped like sandpaper until I collapsed on cold tiles. Abdomen cramping violently. Vomit splattered the floor as pain radiated through my pelvis. Why is no one here? He promised. Always the abandoned one. Only when my choking alerted kind strangers did help arrive. Scalding tears tracked down my face as phantom knives twisted in my womb. Am I dying? I whimpered to the blurry ceiling. Hush. Sweetheart. You'll live. A female doctor wiped my tears. Her touch maternal. Darkness claimed me before I could explain I wasn't crying from physical pain. The truth emerged later. I'd been pregnant. Now cradling my hollow abdomen. The physician comforted. You're young. There'll be other chances. Thank you, doctor. My smile felt carved from ice. I'm not grieving. Let John bear all sorrows now. Our beginning seems laughable now. The campus heartthrob who made me believe in love at first sight. 3 years I obsessed over him until friends intervened. He's hung up on his first love. That drunken night changed everything. John appeared at my dorm. Stormy-eyed. Why weren't you at our spot? Who let you drink like this? Mourning my dead first love. My tearful slur made him flinch. You wish me dead? His grip bit my wrist. I'm breathing. So no chasing others. Thus began our ill-fated relationship. Built on his never-spoken love and my desperate hope. When Snow returned, his shifts became glaring. This child knew better than to enter such a world. At 25, my collision with John's emotional walls didn't kill me. Our child paid the price instead. As other patients' families flooded the ward, my bedside remained desolate. Survival instincts made me dial the long-unused number. Mom? It's Ivy. I need you. Hello? What's wrong? She sounded surprised. On the other end of the line, I heard a familiar voice that made my blood run cold. Mom, are you in Cydia too? Yes. We saw the news and remembered Snow mentioned going to that event. We were terrified. Mr. White and I drove here overnight. My own mother had rushed over because she was worried about her stepdaughter, yet hadn't even called to check if I was safe. My throat tightened. Mom, I was at that event too. I'm in the hospital. You're injured? Her displeasure came through clearly, though it didn't surprise me. Didn't I tell you to stay away from crowded places? I'll never understand why you youngsters chase after these dangerous spectacles. My voice broke. Could you come see me? What hospital? When I told her, I stayed awake waiting until midnight. She never came. John didn't return either. Snow's father and my own boyfriend were already there for her. Why couldn't my own mother choose me for once? Was I really that unworthy of being someone's priority? In this entire city, I had no family. Eventually, a friend came to care for me. By then, I hadn't eaten for over 24 hours, too weak to keep anything down yet starving. My friend patiently fed me bland broth spoon by spoon. John arrived late carrying a takeout container. Feeling better. Ivy? I brought pork trotter soup. Some boyfriend you are. My friend snapped. I drove here from another state faster than you could cross town. Where the hell were you? A friend wasn't feeling well last night. She needed company. He didn't know I'd called my mother, who'd apparently kept this information to herself despite knowing he was my boyfriend. Wow. What a saint! My friend's temper flared. You ditch your hospitalized girlfriend to play nursemaid? Was this friend's situation life-threatening? On a ventilator maybe? John awkwardly served the soup, but the smell made me nauseous. Are you brain dead? My friend exploded. You know Ivy hates pork trotter soup. He faltered, revealing how little he'd ever paid attention to my preferences. This soup was clearly leftovers from whatever he'd bought Snow. The difference between love and indifference couldn't be more obvious. I should have seen this sooner. Spared myself this heartbreak. When my friends stepped out later, I told John we needed to break up. Don't be dramatic. He frowned. I'm serious. Our relationship only existed because I forced it. I'm letting go now. I don't agree. You're still upset I wasn't there during the incident, aren't you? Snow and I are just friends. Her fiancé is my buddy. It's my duty to look out for her since he's gone. I believe you, I said calmly, surprising myself. But it doesn't matter anymore. The desperate anxiety I'd once felt for him had evaporated. We're done. My friend's already packing my things. I'll move out after discharge. We're strangers now. Why? He gripped my hand, angry and bewildered. Is this really about me helping that pregnant woman instead of you? You survived. Why can't you let it go? Let it go? I laughed bitterly. Right. I should have been more generous, maybe taken the bullet for Snow myself. As long as I'm breathing, I should sacrifice everything for her. Is that it? That's not what I meant. My head hurts. I interrupted, closing my eyes. Leave. He stayed stubbornly by my bed until my friend returned and tried repeatedly to chase him out. I remained silent, eyes shut. When John wasn't looking, I quietly snapped a photo and posted it online, visible only to Snow. Predictably, his phone rang within minutes. He went out to take a call and never returned. See, I always overestimated his feelings for me while underestimating his obsession with Snow. That night, we transferred hospitals, this time bidding permanent farewell. The stampede incident trended online. Every phone scroll showed viral videos and concerned messages from colleagues, forcing me to relive that nightmare. Yet I never expected to discover horrifying truths in random footage. During the chaos, I'd felt pushed though assumed it accidental in the crowd. The video clearly showed Snow standing behind me. Our section had been crowded but stable until her deliberate shove sent me colliding into others, triggering domino effect collapses. She positioned herself against the wall while John shielded her, leaving them unscathed. Chilling? Her actions were heartbreaking and terrifying. Our rivalry began when her father moved into the Taylor family home. She thought me arrogant. I found her manipulative. She stole my mother, leaving me orphaned. Not content, she poached every childhood friend. But attempting murder? Endangering countless lives? Unthinkable. My phone kept ringing John's daily attempts. Today brought mother's call. Where are you? At the hospital? Fighting with John? No, are you hurt? Just criticism. Be the bigger sister. Snow's devastated after losing her fiancé. Pregnant Anne. Should I tend to her with these injuries? I snapped. Since when are you so bitter? I hung up. They made me this way. Returning to work after 20 days. Colleagues expressed concern. Where's Snow? Long-term sick leave, they said. I'd clawed my way to CEO while she floated jobless. Mother's pleading made me hire her with a decade-long contract. She abused company privileges until I reprimanded her. Previously tolerant, I'd compiled her absenteeism and violations during recovery. Signing termination papers. I instructed HR, notify her. Snow called. Then mother and stepfather. Knowing their script, I ignored them. They stormed into headquarters, no Snow in sight. The real battle was beginning. The HR manager came to me helplessly. There's a woman claiming to be your mother demanding to see you. She refuses to leave no matter how we try to reason with her. I hadn't seen her in 6 months. She never came when I was hospitalized after the injury. Never showed up during my breakup depression. Yet here she was barging in because I fired Snow. Was it your decision to terminate Snow's employment? Yes. How long will you hold a grudge against your sister over such trivial matters? Ivy, you've crossed the line this time. I'm simply enforcing company policies. Look at her disciplinary record since joining. How could we justify keeping her when our team is full of Ivy League graduates and at least bachelor's degree holders? She's not even qualified. My finger tapped the HR documentation spread across the table. How dare you say that? Why? Because she's your sister. You can't treat family this way. Sister? I scoffed. I'm a Taylor. She's a white. No blood relation. And after everything she's done? She forfeited any claim to sisterhood. My mother's eyes reddened with rage at my uncharacteristic defiance. The slap came with full force, snapping my head sideways. My cheek burned instantly, swelling under my palm. Enough! My stepfather finally intervened, pulling her away. We came to talk, not assault our daughter. Sorry, Ivy. He mumbled. Your mother's just upset. Don't take it to heart. The real pain wasn't in my throbbing face but my chest. I reached for the intercom to call security when the door swung open. Ethan, my CEO, took in my swollen cheek with a frown. Without a word, he motioned security to escort my parents out. The door clicked shut behind him, leaving me blinking back tears. Don't cry. Don't you dare cry. You stopped caring long ago. Sitting across from Ethan, I braced for reprimand. Instead, he asked, "You were injured during the Halloween incident in City A. Fully recovered now?" Confused by the concern, I nodded. Yes. You look drained. I won't let personal matters affect work performance. He snorted. Do I look like a slave driver? I'm your employer, not your jailer. My job includes ensuring my profit-generating assets function optimally. If you need help, say so. Relief washed over me. I'll resolve my family issues without company disruption. There's unfinished business I need to clean up. Please allow me some time. Granted. With corporate backing, the office sharks smelled blood. Dozens of complaints flooded in about Snow's misconduct, the most severe being fake invoice fraud during her 11-month tenure. Our legal team dispatched the notice immediately. The financial amount involved meant potential criminal charges. Leaving work on time due to lingering health issues. I froze seeing John loitering in the lobby. Ms. Taylor. The guard explained. He's been waiting all afternoon. Mr. Brooks ordered strict visitor protocols after today's incident. John rushed forward, dark circles marring his usually charming face. Ivy, why are you ignoring my calls? Where have you been? Your face, his voice cracked. Should you even be working? Are you fully healed? I stepped back from his reach. The hurt flashing across his puppy dog eyes almost swayed me. Almost. Come home with me, he pleaded. Let me take care of you. That ship has sailed. We're done. You're misunderstanding everything. There's nothing between Snow and me. I'll cut all contact if that's what you want. Stop being stubborn. A bitter laugh escaped me. You still think this is a lover's quarrel? That reveals how little you ever knew me. Seeing me leave, he finally panicked and followed Ivy. What do you want me to do? Snow said. You want to fire her? Oh. Did she complain to you again? So you came here for her sake? No. I'm worried about you. Thanks. But save your concern for Snow and yourself. I closed the car door and drove off. 20-odd days had passed since the incident. But my body hadn't fully recovered. The moment I got home, exhaustion overwhelmed me. I forced myself to make some food, barely managing to rest before the pounding on my door began. These days were destined to be turbulent. Seeing Snow and her parents through the doorbell camera, I immediately called building security. Please remove these trespassers. Come out. Sis. What's this lawsuit about? Are you trying to ruin me? Snow wailed. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let your boyfriend take care of me. Please don't do this. Having blocked all their contacts, they'd resorted to doorstep theatrics. Even when security tried to escort them away, the woman I once called mother declared, "This is my daughter's property. You can't make us leave." When security called for confirmation, I snapped, "I don't know them. Call the police if they refuse to leave." I hung up before they could grab the phone. Their all-night commotion left me sleepless. Arriving at work next morning, I found them waiting at the entrance. The security detail now surrounded them, one guard diligently recording everything. "Ivy, are you trying to kill your own family?" they shouted. I approached calmly. "Snow may enter. The rest aren't employees." "What do you mean the rest?" "I'm your mother," touching my still swollen cheek. I smiled. "Are you?" "You're Snow's mother, not mine." Her face twisted with shocking rage as I continued, "Cooperate if you want solutions." Yesterday she could have simply resigned. Today we discuss compensation and criminal charges. Try slapping me again, and tomorrow you'll beg through tears. The confrontation died. Snow followed me inside, sniffling theatrically, though colleagues merely watched the spectacle, unmoved by her performance. "But I really spent that money. The manager approved all expenses. Shall we submit these forged signatures for forensic analysis?" I slammed evidence on the table. Her eyes reddened. "It's not even that much. Everyone does this." "Everyone? Name them." Coworkers glared as she realized her sinking ship couldn't drag others down. "My stomach, it hurts," she suddenly moaned. "No one bit." "Sis, I'll quit. Just drop this. Do you want to be completely alone? Mom will never forgive you." Got better threats? When affection becomes extortion, it loses all power. Snow gaped, bewildered by my immunity to her old manipulations. Ethan had granted full authority over Snow's case, provided company interests weren't compromised. Now the power dynamic had flipped. Security dragged out the sobbing girl, accusing me of framing her. Her limited arsenal exhausted. But my battle wasn't done. The original surveillance footage only showed Snow standing behind me, her subtle push invisible to cameras. Though I'd felt those hands shove me, we needed irrefutable proof. For weeks, friends and I combed through tourist footage from that day, checked every store camera, and employed data scraping to track down social media posts from the event. Reliving that nightmare through countless videos was torture, but vital. Our breakthrough came from a cosplayer's drone footage. That aerial angle perfectly captured Snow's calculated push. Worse, after my fall, she pretended to help while shoving others toward me, only rescued when John pulled her to safety. That drone footage proved everything. She genuinely wanted me dead. But I didn't die, so fate claimed her instead. I've been staying at a friend's place lately, escaping both Snow White's family's harassment and John Wilson's baffling persistence. Frankly, I don't understand him. He carried a torch for someone else during our relationship, yet now acts like I'm his soulmate after breaking up. Pathetic. Do people really value what they can't have? When they couldn't find me at home, they started camping outside my workplace. My boss Ethan Brooks found the drama highly entertaining, even installing a secret exit for me through the building's service door. By next morning, they'd disappeared. Rumor has it Ethan personally handled the situation. John left red-faced and defeated, while the White family departed looking like mourners at their own funeral. The real earthquake came when security footage of Snow shoving me during the stampede went viral. Netizens exploded, seeing her deliberate action magnified in slow motion. Within hours, her identity got doxed, with thousands tagging law enforcement. We'd already filed police reports before the video dropped. Snow's probably getting interrogated right now. As primary victim, I'm pressing charges personally. After my public announcement, other victims' families joined the legal onslaught. The White family's scrambling for lawyers. But this wildfire's beyond containment. My biological mother tracked me down through friends, Gone was her usual arrogance. She appeared at our meeting haggard and weepy. Why are you doing this to me, Ivy? What did I ever do wrong? I could ask the same. I countered. Why favor Snow over your own flesh and blood? Is it because I resemble Dad? Her flinch confirmed it. You divorced him in hatred, forbade our meetings, then resented me for inheriting his features and temperament. Her voice cracked. Your arrogance mirrors his exactly. You look down on me too, don't you? I used to see you as my anchor, I said, rising. You chose Snow. Play mommy with her. But don't expect me to comply with your demands anymore. My final words hung between us. You abandoned me first. John resurfaced outside work, babbling apologies. I saw the video. She tricked me. Forgive me. I'll cut all ties. He grabbed my wrists until Ethan materialized like karma, kicking him off. The lady said let go. Ethan drawled, threatening police intervention. Back home, John forced his way inside, ranting about marriage and babies while tearing at my clothes. The slap echoed through the apartment before security dragged him out. Crazed eyes locked on mine. You'll always be mine. Ethan's smirk next morning confirmed the surveillance cameras caught everything. That slap needs framing. He deadpanned, sliding over a confidentiality agreement. Sign this and I'll handle the restraining order. Consider it performance bonus prep. I snorted at his shark-like grin. This corporate puppet master might just become an unexpected ally. Get out. I don't want to have your child anymore. You accomplice. You don't deserve it. John froze. Suddenly looking up, what did you say? A child? What child? There was a baby here. I pointed to my abdomen, tears suddenly streaming down my face. But he's gone. On Halloween night, when you stayed with Snow while leaving me alone at the hospital, he disappeared into a pool of blood. It hurt so much. John. He must have been in pain too. Don't you think? John stood completely still, staring at me in shock. I grabbed his hand and pressed it against my stomach. Snow is the murderer. And you're her accomplice. You both killed him. He jerked his hand away violently. No, that's impossible. Why didn't you tell me? Because you don't deserve to know. Accomplice. He staggered like he'd been struck by lightning, face turning ashen before fleeing like a broken man. He probably won't come looking for me again. I went to Ethan and volunteered to transfer to the new project team. The new team requires long-term relocation. Are you sure? Yes. Time to temporarily say goodbye to this place. Approved. The new city and demanding workload quickly consumed my energy. During late-night calls, a friend hesitated before revealing shocking news. Under my insistence, Snow had miscarried, and John was in jail. Though Snow received 1-year probation due to pregnancy, John had inexplicably stormed into her home after her release, nearly beating her to death. Snow survived ICU but lost her looks and fertility. John now faced imprisonment. These star-crossed lovers would share prison cells instead of vows. My friend cautiously asked if I planned to return home. They're both locked up now. It shouldn't affect you anymore. I shook my head. I'm staying. Sold my old house back home to buy one here. Mother tried reaching out again, wanting to compensate. But I've severed those ties. Belated affection? Let someone else cherish that stale devotion.